Hey everybody, welcome back into the Parker and the Man page at yournews.com. Mark Wilson with your webcam as we roll into the middle of October here. And the other day I was driving by the Silverdome doing one of these deals. So I was looking at it right off Pontiac, Featherstone right over there. It looks terrible. I mean, the place looks like it's fallen apart, starting to at least. There's grass and weeds growing through the cracks in the cement. Exactly. There's that big for sale sign out there. Those goal posts that are still on the old outdoor practice field, the wind hasn't done them any favors. And it's just starting to look terrible. And it needs to go. Something needs to be done. Well, the Silverdome is finally up for auction. Williams & Williams of Tulsa, Oklahoma has provided you the opportunity to buy the Silverdome. If you want to buy the Silverdome, you have an open bid auction, no minimum, until November 12th. Sealed bids. So you too can own yourself a piece of history. And that's what I wrote my column about today. A little bit of the history and a little bit of the overall. It's probably longer than I wanted it to go, but I spent an awful lot of time there in the last 3 decades at that place. Between NFL games with the Lions, the Michigan Panthers, seeing concerts there, the Who, the Stones. I didn't see Led Zeppelin, but I heard about it. Elvis Presley, the Pope. Some major events there. WrestleMania, of course, one of the all-timers, the WrestleMania event, about 22 years ago now. And although there wasn't some great memories in football, I will never forget 1992 January when the Lions played the Cowboys and just creamed Dallas 38-6 behind Eric Kramer and Barry Sanders. The only playoff win for the Lions in the last, I hate to say it, but I'm going to say it again anyhow, 52 years since 1957. And that was quite the day. 80,000 with the white pom-poms. There's a lot of, as I said, not a lot of great football memories, but just a lot of memories about going to the Dome and having to be there a lot. It was a great access in and out for the media, much better than Ford Field is. As beautiful as Ford Field is, and it's gorgeous, and it is one of the best facilities in the world, it doesn't have that great in and out access. It took you about 2 minutes to get from your car inside this press box, and now it takes about 2.5 hours or days to do that at Ford Field. But it's not a comparison between the Dome and Ford Field. It's the fact that this thing's been sitting there now kind of dormant for the last 8 years, and something needs to be done, and Pontiac needs to do something with it. We've heard rumors over the years about a hospital and condos and this and that and the other, and it just sits there. A white elephant, a silver elephant, if you will, and finally an auction. We'll see what happens with it. But if you want to buy it, there you go, November 12th, Williams & Williams, putting it up for grabs. So read about it. Check on it. Maybe you'll be reminded of some of your own memories at the Silverdome, some of the bad times, the good times. There were people who thought it was a dump from the time it was created back in the middle 70s. Hated that place. But it stood there, and the Lions made it home for about 75, quite 30 years. And, Ford Field is a great place, as I said, so we've kind of forgotten about the Dome. But it still sits upright, barely. Even though if you look at it from a distance, you say, well, this place still looks pretty good. Get closer to it, people. And drive right by it on Optike, and you'll know what I'm talking about. So check that all out in my column today. Also, Chad Henne's big night, Monday Night Football against the Jets. Chad Henne, looking like a real-time, big-time NFL quarterback. Did a nice job, 2-0 now with the Miami Dolphins as their QB in place of Chad Pennington. And he beat Mark Sanchez on the Jets. That Wildcat formation did the job. Ronnie Brown actually had the biggest snap of the night. He took the snap direct and went in from a couple of yards with 6 seconds to play, and Miami got themselves a win down in South Florida. If you want to know why the Lions still stink and why 1-4 suits them, go check out the Sporting News. I wrote about this as well. There was a rating of the top and worst offensive and defensive lines in the entire National Football League. Where do you think the Lions finished up in both? In both. Check that out. And the love fest that's going on for Rod Marinelli in Chicago. Wow. They're just all over him, how great he is, putting the defenses together, the lines together there. Defensive lines, the guru that could not get it done in Detroit. He's the architect of 0-16, at least on the field. Sorry, Matt Millen, you don't even get credit for that. But they love Rod Marinelli with Lovie Smith in Chicago, so check that out. And your matchups are set for the American League Championship Series and the National League Championship Series. Philadelphia doing the job against Colorado last night. Angels, Yankees, Dodgers, Phillies. It's probably what it should have been. Start of the year. Those are the 4 best teams. And I make my pick as to who I'd like to see in the World Series. What do you like? You can email me at tvboy@yournewsdetroit.com or Rob Parker at rob@yournewsdetroit.com. So there you go. All about the Pontiac Silverdome. Read them and weep. It's up for auction finally. Chad Henne's big night against the Jets. The Lions' ratings on the offensive and defensive lines. Once again, I give you one of these. Rod Marinelli Love Fest in Chicago, and the Championship Series matchups. It's all there for you. The Parker and the Man page, yournews.com. Happy navigating.